You may be seated.
Hello, Your Honor. This is
Hello.
a case of Rubin versus Davis.
Thank you, Jerome. Good day, everyone. Ms. Rubin, you and your sister are here today because you say that the defendant, Mr. Davis, the man you've always been told was your dad, is now stating that he is not your biological father. You say his actions are motivated by greed and he has torn your family apart. Mr. Davis, you claim you have legitimate reasons to deny paternity and claim to be a good man with grave concerns for the Rubins' well-being. All right, Ms. Rubin, when did the defendant start denying he was your father?
He always denied me. He always treated me differently. I just feel like he never treated me fair. With my brother and sister, he will bring things around like one Christmas, he bring a whole bunch of toys around, get them toys on top of toys, and then tell them, oh, play with your sister. Never brought me anything, always treated me differently. It's just, he never showed no love towards me. I'm always the one that was begging for his love when he was just giving all his love to both of them. And I felt like that was wrong.
And how did you feel about it?
I didn't like it at all because that was my little sister. I mean, we all his kids. Why he just won't do for her, but do for us?
And you noticed this. You could see this as a child.
Yeah.
Now, Mr. Davis, is this true?
Yes, it is.
It is?
It is.
That's a shame.
And
Okay.
I'll tell you why, Your Honor.
Yes, please
The reason
do.
why I treated Cheryl the way I treated her, because her mother slept around.
You was a liar.
Your mother did sleep. Okay, first of all, neither one of you all was in there when it started, okay? She had 3 kids before I met her.
Okay,
she had
don't
you
mean
3,
she slept around.
supposedly
She
had
was
you
with
3
him
with me.
first.
And now she has,
don't mean
how
she
many
slept
more
around.
after me?
She was
I
with
get a
him
grand
first.
total of 13.
Come on, you ain't did
13
nothing
kids.
anyways. You
Ladies
nothing.
and gentlemen.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, in order for me to be able to understand what has happened, I have to be able to hear what has happened. And I can't understand you when you're all talking over one another.
You're right,
Mr. Davis, you believe their mother had slept around and was
Exactly.
unfaithful to you. You were
Exactly.
in a relationship at the
Exactly.
time, which caused you to then doubt whether or not you were her father in particular.
Not necessarily her.
All the children?
You're correct. You're correct.
Okay. Did you express this concern to her?
No, I didn't express it to her.
You
no.
just always kept it to
I
yourself?
kept it to myself.
Mr. Davis, I need to know from you whether you ever were in all of their lives as a father. Were you ever just there?
No.
Were you talking to me?
I was talking to you.
Then shut up.
Now you
No.
You shut up. That's
Mr.
what you
Davis,
do.
first of all, I control this courtroom. Now, you can take it to the street and you'll be out on the street. Because we're not going to act a fool in here. Now, you came to get some answers, and I'm going to try to give it to you. Don't think for 1 minute that I am minimizing the pain and the anguish and the absolute frustration that I see all of you feel. But unless you give each other a chance to talk, we cannot get down to the facts. You want answers, you got to let them talk. Might not be what you want to hear, but at least you know. What would make a man go to the store and get toys for 2 of 3 children and walk into a house and disappoint a child for no reason? You should have brought her a toy if she wasn't your child, if she was your enemy's child. You should have brought her something because she's a child. That's what I want you to try to explain to this court.
As I said before, their mother slept around. She slept
Okay.
around. When we first got together, when I first met her, she was working at a restaurant. That's when I first spotted her. Of course, being the man that I am, okay, and I'm not going to say I was an angel, because I wasn't.
Okay.
You know, I slept around too before I met her.
Okay.
So, you know, it wasn't like I was a deadbeat, as they may want to presume that I was, but I was not a deadbeat. If they knew the whole picture instead of half the picture.
So when you were
I believe I was talking to the judge. I believe I was talking to the judge.
Relationship with their mother, you would have a child, but then you'd question whether or not that child was yours.
Exactly.
But then you'd end up back in the relationship
We seesaw back and forth together.
only to have another child.
I don't even know if that child's mine either.
Then you question if
Exactly.
it was yours.
Right. After my first child, like I said, when I met her, and she had 3 kids before I met her,
That has nothing to do with what's going on now.
You know, while we was having a relationship, I don't believe I believe the judge was talking to me.
Why make broken promises then?
Okay,
Why sit right there and act like everything
that's on me.
Like graduation.
I own that.
I told you. I said,
Can I answer your question? Can I answer your question?
Everything you ever did. If you show up to my graduation,
Mr. Davis.
what did you do?
First of all, that is a lie.
Mr. Davis, let her speak. Let her speak. I want her to explain to you.
I asked you, 2005, that's the last time I seen your face. It's 2013. I asked you, I say, all you got to do, I'll forgive you for everything you ever done wrong to me, if you doubted me or whatever the case is. Show up to my graduation. You can say I'm lying or whatever. I can tell my brother right here to vouch for it.
You told me graduation too.
I
so you can't lie about that.
I said 2 tickets for you and Carlita.
At the end of the day, when you called to confirm or when you walked that stage, he wasn't there.
You mean when she alleged to call? She never called me. She never called me, period. And
the Lord is going to send you straight to hell with these lies.
We won't be going, I won't be going alone. I won't be going alone. I will not be going alone.
If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell. I understand that you're saying this relationship was on and off. You were kind of out there. She was maybe cheating. But you're saying that this happened throughout the relationship. Why so much difference when it comes to Miss Rubin? Cheryl, why so much difference when it comes to her?
As I explained to you before, Anna, I had my doubts because their mother slept around. Not only on me, but before me.
Why do you act that doubt out? Why is it that your doubt is projected onto her
I treated Jonathan
singly?
and Janita, I actually embraced them. Matter of fact, I treated her like gold, just like my oldest child.
If I'm your golden child, you would have been there for your golden child.
Really? Okay.
Even if you not giving up money, call, come see. Every time I talk to him, he ain't got no money to do nothing.
You never talk to me.
You know, use a lie.
No, talk to
And as
the
that,
court.
I didn't have a man figure like in my life to tell me how to treat guys. I got to treat me, so you know, I look the guys like for love and everything. Like again, like them 1 minute and be gone next minute. I can have sex 1 minute and be gone or whatever. It's just like he have not been.
So you were sleeping around. You were promiscuous. You could not.
Apple don't fall too far from the tree.
You feel like you were looking for a father? Leave it alone and talk to me because he's showing who he is by his statements. Leave it alone. Mr. Davis, all I'm suggesting to you is as you condemn their mother, keep in mind you've already admitted to the court that you were in an on and off relationship with her for many years. So you say the apple can't fall too far from the tree criticizing her. What I'm saying to you is that you were with their mother, whether or not they're your children or not.
If you're talking about me, why you say you throwing her in?
You know, I never said I was an angel. I never said I did anything that was halo.
I want to hear from the plaintiff's witness. Sir, would you please state your name?
My name is Jonathan Rubin.
Hello, Mr.
How you
Rubin.
doing?
Now, you contend that you are Mr. Davis's son, am I
Yes.
correct? And you are Ms. and Ms. Rubin's brother.
Yes.
What do you have to say about this?
As far as me hearing about this DNA test, it surprised me because you asked for a DNA test and you claim I'm yours, you know what I'm saying? And then I hear that it's about disease in the family. Why would you wait after 27 years just to come to me with this? It's something you should have told me on the phone through something. Let me know what's happening.
It's about child
Can I address
So
that,
now,
Your Honor?
disease in the family. Mr. Davis?
Okay, here's what I mean by the disease in the family. I want my kids, if they are my kids, I want them to be protected. But I at least want them to know exactly what could be coming their way, okay? I lost my father to prostate cancer. I lost my mother to sepsis.
So there are various illnesses in your family, and you are concerned.
I'm concerned for my kids because, like I said, my daddy died of prostate cancer. But he treated them like I'm treating them. He treated me the same way.
And
so I understand where they're coming from.
this is purely altruistic. I mean, this is out of the goodness of your heart that you really want to take this
They
DNA
need to know
test.
as well as I need to know for our peace of mind, plus financially. It's been killing me. I'm not running around rolling in a Rolls Royce. I'm not walking around with no Rolex watch.
Mr. Rubin, thank you so much for your testimony. You may have a seat. Mr. Davis, were you paying the child support?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you paid it?
I've been paying this child support since 1993.
So where's that?
I have proof to show what I've been paying. I don't know where it's going.
don't know where it's at.
I went to the Children and Family Services.
Let's have some order. Ladies, how far behind do you think he
I think
is?
about $7,000
never
behind.
started.
Probably that too.
Now, Mr. Davis, are you behind in child support
Yes,
payments?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any idea how much?
My rough guess, like I said, I have proof showing here from 2012.
What proof is that you're saying?
Okay, this proof shows the date, the last date, which is in pink, as you can see here. It says
Jerome, can you hand that to me, please?
September of 2012. And it shows that average is right there. It says 48,000. Once they update everything,
$48,000.
that's what's saying there. But like I said,
That's what he
it's probably
paid?
the last count I got was 60,000.
true.
And I don't know where the money's going from because they garnish every check I ever gotten. I don't quit my jobs because I'm paying child support and run up to another job. I don't do that.
probably do.
I stick up to my responsibility because that's the reason.
Carlita's paying.
I was there. Carlita's paying for me to survive.
Carlita is
That's she's paying for me to survive.
Mr. Davis, I will see this. I see small payments here
I have
throughout the years
I have
that
nothing
you've
to
been
do with how the
making
system.
payments. What I'm trying to understand is this whole issue with you and the DNA test and wanting to know whether or not you're really their father, is this really about the illnesses or is this about this huge
It's both.
child support
It is
debt?
both. It is both. It is both.
Which one
Regardless of
weigh
what
the
they want to
most?
say,
Child support?
and neither one outweighs the other.
I would like to hear
I
from
go
your
to the
wife.
doctor.
Please step up to the podium, ma'am. State your name.
My name is Carlita Davis.
Hi, Miss Davis.
How are you doing?
So please tell me this child support situation and this huge debt that
Yes.
he owes. Are you aware that he was making these payments?
The point of it is they take it. I've been married to Johnny 22 years. Never an income tax check has came into our house. It goes to y'all. I don't know where. I filed with my husband, with my 3 children that I have. They took it. It took me 3 years to fight to get back $700 for my
your
3
refund.
children, of my money. This is what I'm saying.
But
I
if
don't
they
know.
are
shouldn't have
his
to.
children,
It's not
if in
you.
fact they
It's
are
me.
his children,
Yes.
he should be paying
And
child support.
I don't knock him not paying it. But what I'm saying to you is they take it out the check. They take the income tax. I mean, if I didn't work, he wouldn't have anywhere to stay.
Thank you so much,
Wait,
Ms.
can I
Davis,
ask
for
a
your
question
testimony.
first?
Well, actually, you're supposed to ask the question to the court or talk to the court, not to her.
sorry.
But what is it that you are curious about?
Because I want to know, because she ain't never lied to me, not one time in my life.
So you have a good regard
Are you
for
here
Ms. Davis?
because it's child support? Be honest.
No, darling. I'm not just here because of child support. No, and I
Now,
would
I
just
got
tell
love for you.
and I
lied
got
to
love
me.
for you too.
Right,
And
we
I'm
don't
not
have
gonna
anything
lie.
against you, Carlita.
I
It's
know.
just Johnny.
I know.
It's not
What's
you.
the matter, Cheryl?
It's not you.
Cheryl, I see when you were speaking to Ms. Davis, you were more emotional than when you were speaking to Mr. Davis.
She treats me right.
Okay.
When he treated me differently from both of them, she was the person right there. Don't do her like that. Show her love. Treat her the same way. She was always the mediator. So of course I love her. I got a lot of love for her.
This has really hurt you. I can see that.
It pisses me off. It does.
There is no child that should have to go through what you went through. Like I said, I don't care if you were his enemy's child. There should have been a toy there for you as well
True.
because you were a child. I want you to tell Mr. Davis, why do you have those tears? What is that hurt specifically? Let him know what that is.
That's how you gonna treat them two just so holy? And she didn't even care. She didn't even want to be around you. I'm the one chasing after your love. Then you get up here and you want to act like all this never happened. Come on, dude, miss me with all that.
I know that's right.
Come on. As far as a relationship, any of that, all that's out the door. I don't want to talk to him, lose my number. Don't try to contact me. None of that. I don't want none of it.
Mr. Davis, those are really strong words to hear from 2 women that could potentially be your daughters.
It hurts. It does. And I was wrong. I'm not saying I was right. Nothing I did
just
to
say you was
Cheryl
right.
was right. I should not. You're right, Yana. If I run the one toward, but I was not thinking like that. I was young. I was not thinking. I didn't use my head. I used the, but I didn't use the right head. I did not use the right head when I came to see her. But if they
But
did
he just
not,
wanna
there's
come out
nothing I could do. I
Jonathan,
did make an
I'd
effort.
like to have you step to the podium, please. And I think it's time for us to learn the results so that all of us can finally know whether or not you two are family. All of you are family, I should say. Jerome, do you have the first envelope?
Your Honor.
So we've administered a test for each child because you said you have doubts about all 3.
Yes.
And this first test relates to Jonathan Rubin. In the case of Jonathan Rubin, it has been determined by this court that Mr. Johnny Davis, you are his father.
Yeah, I never had no doubts in that one.
Mr. Davis, you told me you had to doubt on every child.
I said I was having all of them tested because I had doubts in their mother. That's the reason why I said I was having them tested.
But so that means you had doubts about Jonathan.
Yes, that's what you said.
I was there. Jonathan was there. I had to have. I mean, it was all three of them. Okay.
The doubt has now been put to rest for Jonathan. Moving on. Do you want to watch Paternity Court on TV? Go to paternitycourt.tv to find your local listings. As it relates to Miss Janita Rubin, it has been determined by this court that Mr. Davis, you are the father. So this can be a laughing matter maybe to you, but I am hoping that you can support your sister Cheryl.
Yes.
Because she's the one that always felt different. Because this is a big moment for her, and you deserve to know. Jerome, please. In the case of Cheryl Rubin, this court has determined that you are
Tick, tick,
her father.
You already knew that. Already knew that.
What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? Child support. Here I come.
I don't worry about it. Come with it.
Yeah.
It's continuing. They ain't stopped yet. So why should it stop now?
You're doing this, and I want you to do this.
Just know you losing.
Good, good. Now I got something to show the judge. Now I got something to show the
So
judge.
therefore, it's like you got
a
one.
copy of that.
I find it interesting that you're reducing this now to the child support. That now it's all about just pay the money and we don't have anything to do with you. But the emotions that I saw displayed earlier today, it didn't have anything to do with the child support. You all were talking about how he wasn't there.
Yeah.
What you came in here believing as truth is truth. Mr. Davis is your father, all three of you. One thing the court can't order is for you all to get along and act maturely and try to have a relationship.
Exactly.
But what I can encourage you to do is to make apologies for the things you know you did wrong by these children, because at the end of the day, they're only here because you made them.
Exactly.
And all they wanted from you was love and attention, what every child wants. There's so much going on here, and only you can start making amends for this and start changing it. I wish you the best. Court is adjourned.
I think today's results are really upsetting. I mean, there's some good points and there's some bad points. The good points are I now know they're all three of my children. There's no denial in that. The bad points is this, my relationship hasn't been repaired with them.
I think today's results just pretty much, I already knew what it was, but it just makes me close this chapter in my life. Like, this is something that I'm never going back to, so I'm glad I found out the results.